Hi everyone, it's Rod here again with a new Let's Play. This time I thought I would bring up something that was made this year. Less than a month ago is the time I'm recording this, as a matter of fact. As you see, it's Nelson Tethers Puzzle Agent. Or Nelson Tethers Puzzle Agent. I'm not quite sure how the sounds on this one yet, whether the levels are okay, but we will find out in a minute. This is a puzzle-based game, if you couldn't infer that by the title. Puzzles like logic puzzles and, things like that. You'll see as we get into it. And a warning, this will be a very spoiler-heavy game, as I will be going through every puzzle in the game, solving it and explaining it as best I can. In at least one case, I'll just kind of have to ask you to trust me that I know how it's solved, because I can't do what I need to do to solve it the way I would for a Let's Play here. At least not easily. So, we hit new game. And we hit play. Yeah, but this game was released by Telltale, if you didn't see the opening little thing there. At least first week of July. But anyway, we are at the Federal Bureau of Investigation, J. Edgar Hoover building, and we're going to room Z9. That is Nelson Tethers, a man folding out his newspaper to do his daily crossword. As I assume he does every day, because that is what he does. Puzzles, crossword puzzles, maze puzzles, placing logs on snowy tracks to bounce yourself off of them puzzles. That'll make more sense in a minute. But he sits there, chooses gum, and gum helps him think. He will explain that later, but basically, gum is your hint. Is there credits for buying hints in this game? And he falls asleep. Guess he had a long night doing puzzles or something. Who knows? And in comes the Astronaut Man. Little spoiler, this will be an astronaut. That scares Agent Tethers. And he's going to turn the paper around and write something on it in red. That was just a normal pencil he held, but the lettering is red. Yes. You will see this in a minute, folks. He scares Tethers. And Tethers, oh no, Tethers ripped up the newspaper that the message was written on. Okay, now we have our first puzzle, the cracked crossword. Nelson Tethers' crossword puzzle has been ripped to bits, but is there something written on it? Reconstruct it to find out. And since this is the first puzzle in the game, it's fairly straightforward. Matter of fact, I don't really like these puzzles very much because you have a very hard time failing them whatsoever. They're a little too easy. Basically, you see the little bits of newspaper here. I didn't want to do that yet, but they kind of, watch this, they kind of lock into place whenever you get them. Now, you can just do it by sheer luck, which kind of kills it for a puzzle for me, but yeah, whatever. I guess there are a couple of these, I think at least two more maybe. I can't think of too many more other than that. And here's where I worry about the sound levels, because this part gets really loud. Basically, you saw what I did. I just arranged the puzzles into the shape of a big square, and when it stamps down, if it says accepted, that means you solved the puzzle. If it says rejected, that means you failed and have to try again. I plan not to show that off, because it's just kind of bland and makes you redo the puzzle. Basically, here's your performance evaluation. Did you use any hints? No. Did you get any wrong answers? No. Then you get 10 stars. For each wrong answer you give, you lose 3 stars, and I believe a hint costs you 2 more stars. So, yeah. But if you were stumped on a puzzle and came across it by, blind luck somehow, or here you're Let's Playing it and you want to explain things, you hit the How button. Every piece in its place. Well done. Isn't that nice? Yeah. So, We hit OK. And he gets a phone call.
Puzzle Research. This is Agent Tethers. I think you have the wrong number. Oh, I see. An assignment. In the field? No, sir. It's been, yes, quite some time. Erasers? The foundation of democracy? Oh, absolutely, sir. I agree, sir. Oh, yes, the White House needs its erasers, sir. I'll be on the next plane to... Wait, where?
Ooh, creepy. Scoggins. Welcome to Scoggins, Minnesota. And now we begin the game properly. And by that I mean they flash us a title screen, even though they've already done so before the game starts. But nice dramatic sweeping music. The music actually is really nice for this game. It fits the mood really well. And you may think this is just a silly little game, silly little puzzle game, but the story goes into X-Files territory. Which is why I'm Let's Playing this. So otherwise, it's essentially just a collection of puzzles. You complete the puzzles and move on to the next part.
Just arrived in Scoggins, Minnesota. Population, 754. Temperature, it's cold, and not much to look at. According to the agency, there's some kind of thing going on at the local eraser factory. The whole plant is shut down. There's a weird man staring at me. Hopefully this won't be a big waste of time. Agent Tethers out. I have no idea where my hotel is. I might have to ask for directions.
Talk to the creepy man. Now, it doesn't give you these banners the whole time. That's just kind of how it starts out. But what you can do is you can click on the screen. Can't pick that up yet. But you notice that anything you can interact with will be highlighted. Speech bubble, gum wad, and you'll learn about gum wads in a second. Like I said, he uses gum to get hints. And conversation balloons. Oh, let's hit the conversation balloon.
Excuse me, I'm Nelson Tethers with the FBI's Department of Puzzle Research. Hello?
Yep.
Okay, and you are?
Bjorn.
Bjorn?
Yep.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Bjorn. Boy, those snowmobiles sure are a bumpy ride, eh?
Yep.
He is a man of few words. Okay. Now, when you're talking to somebody, this little pad and pencil set will come up, and it'll come up with a list of things you can talk to them about. In this case, and they will have a couple of different symbols next to them. This little thing, puzzle piece, means this is a puzzle if you bring it up. I think I have enough time to do this.
Can you give me directions to the nearest hotel? I'm having a little trouble finding my way around.
You'd never get there. Roads are too slick.
Sir, I am an agent of the FBI's Puzzle Research Division. It can't be harder than the puzzles I see every day.
Not so.
It's really just a matter of trajection.
Okay, on the way to the hotel, you're going to pass 2 traffic lights.
Oh no, here we go. It's another puzzle. See? I told you. Directions and detours. Nelson's snowmobile is sliding along the roads. Arrange the logs to help Nelson bump his way to the hotel. Make sure to pass the traffic lights Bjorn mentioned along the way. Now, the puzzle rules. Drag logs from the menu to the game grid. A log can be dragged to any free space. And you know what? Just because I'm not quite sure how much time this took because I started a little earlier than I planned, I'm going to cut the video here, and when we come back, we will do this puzzle. So, everybody hang tight. I will be back shortly. Well, shortly for me. It'll be a little while for you guys. Take care, everybody. See you next time.